a la the worst fan fiction that you have ever read. I think that's the best way to put it. Right. We got another quest around here. From this lady. Hello there, Iahona. Iahona needs help replenishing the Bismarck's larders. Bet your pardon, good maiden, but you are an adventurer, are you not? I realize this is sudden, but we urgently need help restocking our larders. We are in the midst of preparing a full-course meal for soon arriving guests. But I fear we are short on fresh lamb for the main course. I would be grateful if you could procure 4 slices for us. I dare say it would be quicker to obtain these directly from the source, wild lamb. In case you are unfamiliar with the creature, I suggest you speak with Abilfar, a sentry stationed in Bulwark Hall, just below the Drowning Wench. We've been there a few times by now. We just head down and to the left. Hello there, Abilfar. How you doing? The Bismarck wants fresh lamb, does it? Gods, I could do with a slice myself, fresh off the grill and dripping in its own juices. Sorry, friend. I haven't had a single bite to eat since my shift began. Anyway, you can get lamb easily enough by hunting the lamb that is outside the city. Go through the Zephyr Gate and follow the path east and south for a bit. You run into the fluffy and tasty critters before long. Alright. Right down the hall, you say? Onwards we go, then. And we've got something new. Trance gauge. Wait. This is new. So I think it's about this time that I should mention that I'm not familiar with things. Yeah. So, last time I really seriously played Final Fantasy XIV, before this was, I think, like, Shadowbringers patch 5.4. And then I played it on and off as time has gone on. So, yeah. Anyways, we got something here for us, and I'm gonna have to read this. Consider this an experience for both of us, because this is also going to be my first time playing through the somewhat newer player experience. The trance gauge indicates the time remaining for the effective Aether Charge. Executing the hit tag also grants Ruby Arcanum, which is used to summon Ruby Carbuncle. Upon reaching level 15, Aether Charge will also grant Topaz Arcanum for the summoning of Topaz Carbuncle. And at level 22, Emerald Arcanum for the summon of Emerald Carbuncle. Each summon, when called forth, will tap into its respective Arcanum, granting you stacks of an elemental attunement indicated by the trance gauge. These elemental attunements will augment in Gem Sphere and in Precious Brilliance, one of which we don't have just yet. What's that? Oh, frig, I didn't mean to resummon you. Speaking of which, I should take a look at my abilities real quick. Just because, again, things have kind of changed a bit. Radiant Aegis. Orders Carbuncle to execute. Oh! Creates a barrier around cells that absorbs damage totaling 20% of your maximum HP. Okay? Physic, that's a heal for 400 potency. Aether Charge grants Aether Charge, increasing the potency of Ruin, Ruin 2, and Ruin 3 by 50%, and Outburst by 20. We also have Ruby Summon and Gemshine, but we can't use those just yet. Anyways, let's head onward. We got some lambs to hunt. Right over here. Again, very simple enemies, just at the beginning of an MMO, not much to really say. We'll take out this one, and then I'll see you all back at the Bismarck. We have returned to the Bismarck. Hello there, Yahono. How you doing? Have you had any luck obtaining the fresh lamb? Please hurry, the guests are arriving any moment now. Here you go, miss. 4 slices of fresh lamb. In the nick of time. Thank you ever so much. Tis times like these I feel fulfilled in my role. I used to be a chef myself, you see, but my skills weren't quite up to par. So when the Bismarck expanded operations, I asked to be made its provisioner instead. This way I can still be part of the business in spite of my shortcomings. I'm glad they took you. We'll grab those, and we'll be good. Onwards! Now then, I did have someone that I was saying hello and goodbye to earlier. He had a quest for us. What do you say we go see what he wanted? Hi there, Morden. How you doing? License to Reeve. Morden would like you to make a completely legal proposition. Which means it's probably completely illegal. You want for coin, adventurer? How'd you fancy working for the Kraken's Arm? One of the greatest pirating crew in Limsa. If you're interested, take yourself up these steps and take yourself up these here steps in the balcony above and talk to Carvillan, our captain. Do right by him and he'll do right by you. God, sailor talk gets to my brain. Anyways, hey there, Carvillan. How you doing? Greetings, friends, and welcome to the 7th stage. Purveyors of the finest spices from the east. All our products are guaranteed obtained through completely legal means. Oh, you do not seek spices but employment? Well then, let us speak of how you might be of service to our organization. Our Misery returned from her latest voyage bearing exotic spices never before seen in Eorzea. I have prepared 2 samplers, each of which I would have you deliver to certain individuals. The first is to Ginad, whom you will find at the Coral Tower. The second is for Master Limsa, the head chef at the Bismarck. And do make certain the right person gets the right set. Go now, and return here once you have accomplished the task. You got it. First things first, over here. No need to speed over there. Should be nice and quick. Or use sprint, I guess. Hey there. Welcome to the headquarters of the Yellow Jackets, the keepers of peace in Limsa Lominsa. Is there aught I can assist you with? Here you go. A sample of spices courtesy of the 7 stages, you say? There is no mistake. There is no mistake. This is fire sand. And the kind used by the Garland besides. Quite intriguing. Very well, we will consider placing an order. Oh, you thought that you brought me spices. I see you are not familiar with the Carvillanisms. For the sake of convenience, he uses the word spice to refer to literally anything he has procured on the high seas. Lest you worry, the man isn't engaged in any activity that is considered piracy, far from it. Think of him as a trader, a heavily armed one, who represents Lominsa's interests in the eastern lands. Alright, that's good to hear. Now then. Over at the Bismarck, we can just take this over there. And who are we bringing this to? Ah! You. However your name is said. A new sample from the 7 stages. Alright, let's have a whiff of it then. Here you go, sir. Ain't smelled nothing like it before. The note that has came with it says it's a root what grows on Othard. Last I heard, Othar was under Imperial rule. How the 7 elves did Carvalane manage to get hold of this? Any road, I reckon I can cook up some of it fresh and new with it. Thanks for the delivery, friend. Alright. That is done. Now we return to Carvalane and finish the quest. Hello there, Carvalane. Welcome back. It would seem both samples were rather well received, and this is no small part due to our affordable courier, or affable courier. Tis unfortunate, but notoriety accumulated over the course of years does not fade overnight. There are many still who are hesitant to do business with savage pirates. Yet the old days of piracy have passed, giving way to new waves of opportunity. My crew and I have decided to embrace this wave. With the Admiral's blessing, we engage in a form of trade with Garlean ships. Everything we do, you may rest assured, is within law. Damn. This Admiral seems like a pretty damn good person then. Like, very damn good at their job. So, now that that's done, we gotta, I guess, go find some quests to do. And I believe there was one over here still. We'll do one more here in the city for the time being, and then we'll go and actually take care of some proper, somewhat story-related stuff. Not main story, but we should start the Arcanist line. An alarming number of citizens have gone missing of late, though I suspect you've already heard the rumors. It is essential that we ascertain their safety. To this end, I have prepared a list based on reports from our citizens. Would you be so kind as to deliver it to my colleague in Bulwark Hall? Nidlecki is her name. My thanks in advance, friend. Let us do just that then. We can just take it over to the Aetherite Plaza. And then head behind us. And there you are. Hello there. Welcome to Limsa Lominsa. If there's all you would like to know, feel free to... Huh? You got something for me, you say. A missing persons list. I'm not sure I follow. Maybe this will help out. Thanks for bringing the list. I'll be sure to memorize these names. If any of the missing persons reappear, you can count on me to spot them. Most folks enter the city via the Zephyr Drift, which means they must pass through Bulwark itself. That's why I'm on constant watch here, and under her cover so as to keep my eye out for suspicious activity. I've been doing this for so long, I've become a pretty good judge of character. If there's shady characters skulking about, you can rest assured I can pick them out. Glad to hear. Now that that's done, let's go to the Arcanist Guild and partake in some Arcanist-y things. And it is now time for us to truly join the Arcanist Guild. Let's do it. Well, have you decided to enroll in our guild, or are you now intimidated by the thought of excessive thinking? Not at all. You sound judgment is to be commended. Now, Standard practice dictates is that it introduce you to our guild master that you might convey your intentions in person. Due to extraordinary circumstances, however, he is unreachable at present. Instead, you may speak with Mistress Thubergame. She has shouldered full responsibility of the guild's leadership in the interim. You'll find her just over there, by the bookshelves. You needn't be shy, though her mind is sharp and critical. Her manner is always most welcoming. Glad to hear it. The regime, how you doing today? Yes, I am Third Regime. Greetings and welcome to the Arcanist Guild. And Hurry has doubtlessly explained, I am serving as acting guild master until our wayward leader deigns to return. I assure whom our capable receptionist has spoken of our art's origins. Allow me then to expound upon its nature. Arcanima taps into the living energies of Aether. The evident hints of this is represented most aptly, perhaps, by our ability to manifest the arcane entity Carbuncle, and the manner of magic which this ethereal ally employs at our command. The core of the discipline, however, is found in the pursuit of definitive solutions to any potential quandary. Even as the field of battle, nay, especially the field of battle, the principle takes precedence. If one wishes to make certain the question of victory, then one must apply the most effective strategy. An Arcanist is measured by her ability to calmly analyze the situation from moment to moment, and respond with the most appropriate spells at hand. The study of Arcanima will test your mental faculties to the point of perplexity. Are you prepared to reason your way through predicament after predicament? I am prepared. An unambiguous response. The kind I most prefer? Let us now see if the clarity of your words is matched by the sharpness of your mind. In Lower Lanaska, you will find, among others, 3 species of pests. Wharf rats, little ladybugs, and Auraliae. I ask that you employ your skill in Arcanima to eradicate 3 of each type of creature. Leave the city through the Tempest Gate, and you will soon encounter the potential targets in abundance. As long as you remain focused, I do not foresee these opponents causing you or your budding abilities undue difficulties. Once you return from completing the preliminary trial, I will welcome you as an official member of the Arcanist Guild. May your judgment remain swift and clear. Let us do it. Holy crap, that's a bunch of carbuncles. Triple the carbuncles and they're all in sync. Alright. Well, we know our duty. And we've already seen at least where one of those lies. Now it's time to just find the other. So when I said find them, I mean that our adversaries in question are right here. Yeah, they really weren't far. So I guess while I'm going through this and doing this, I will explain just a little bit of my history with this game. Even though I am coming back from a long time and departure, I played this game basically I started playing just a little bit before Shadowbringers released, and dropped off when I actually reached Shadowbringers because I grinded my way all the way up to there. Yeah, not the smartest decision of mine, but I had a lot of fun. I started off with Archer, which is in a different city. Yes, you can start in other cities outside of Lanaska, for those of you unfamiliar with Final Fantasy XIV somehow. and I stayed with Archer basically throughout all of Realm Reborn up until I got no, don't target. No, stop targeting. There we go. I stayed with it all the way up to Reborn, and then halfway through the post patches of Realm Reborn, I ended up switching to my main class being White Mage, because I couldn't stand the amount of time that it was taking to get into Leviathan. I'll tell you a bit more about that when I get there, but just know it was a really freaking long wait. And I was kind of sick and tired of waiting around. With that said, I think that's good enough for the moment. There. I'll get used to the targeting. We only have to kill 2 more, so I'll wrap these 2 up, head back, and meet you all back at the guild. Alright, we have arrived back at the guild. Now let's just turn in our quest, shall we? I see the creatures beyond the city walls posted you little threat. It is with great pleasure then that I formally recognize your initiation into the guild. From this day forth, you may proudly bear the title of Arcanist. I suggest you continue your forays into the wilderness and keep the pages of your grimoire turning. There is no finer teacher than the harsh mistress of experience. And to commemorate this occasion, I gift you with this hunting log. The enemies marked within its pages have been specifically chosen to challenge your abilities in Arcanima. When you devise a new strategy or tactic, you now have a ready source of opponents on which to test it. And when you feel you can command Carbuncle as easily as you might move your own limb, return to me for further instruction. I will be waiting. The next Arcanist quest will be available from Third Regime upon reaching level 5. Alright. We have acquired a hunting log. I will go into this a bit on my own because it's very simple. It's a thing that only exists in Realm Reborn content. It's basically hunts a specific amount of certain creatures around the world. You get good experience for it to level up classes. It helps a lot with getting up certain classes that you did not start the game with, for instance. We'll get more into that though later on. The regime. What's in the box? Acting Guildmaster regime and wishes to assess the improvements of your Arcanima still. We are already level 7, so we can do this right away. Ah, Lusaminia, isn't it? Are you eating well? An empty stomach distracts the mind and leads to hurried judgment. I must often remind my Arcanists to take meals, so in scorn do they become in their studies. Speaking of which, have you been practicing your tactics with Carbuncle? I believe it is time to assess the improvements of your skills. As with your previous trial, I would like have you defeat foes in Lower Lanaskia. 3 wild dodos and 3 tiny mandragoras, to be precise. Watch carefully the behavior of your foes. Formulate an effective strategy and utilize the arcane entity to its fullest potential. I expect you back in time for dinner. You got it. So, I haven't actually used Carbuncle at all yet. For any reason. It's fine, I'm sure we'll use them in due time. Anyways. Back to where we, were mere moments before ending the last quest. So, since we are here, first thing I should mention, you see that little symbol above this wharf rat here. One sec. I need to stop doing that. That is a sign that it is a hunting target. So, if we were to take out a specific number of them, like, let's say 3 for instance, we fill up a part of our hunting log. More parts of our hunting log will be unlocked as we work our way up through a Realm Reborn. And I'm going to just take care of what is immediately available to us to, you know, fill up our log. Our destination is actually past Ankrita. This is where we can find the wild dodo that we need. So, as we have up until this point, it's just as simple as striking them down. Very simple indeed. Also here is another thing for our hunting log, being these wind sprites. So, yep, take those down and you will have more experience and you won't have to do as many quests. We're going to be doing all quests anyways, but the point still stands. We have leveled up and have gotten our first roll action. Roll actions are spells and weapon skills that are assigned to all the classes within a role, rather than a specific class. Roll actions are learned in the same manner as class actions via leveling, but only need to be learned once to be able to use them with all practicing classes within a role. The role section has been added to the actions tray, found under character in the main menu. Selecting it will display the role actions you have learned. So, to show it specifically, actions and traits, roll, and there we have Adel. Lowers target's physical damage dealt by 50% and magic damage dealt by 10%. Nothing that we specifically need for any of these enemies, but once we get into harder hitting stuff, you know for sure that will come in handy. The Mandragora that we need to fight, can I please not accidentally switch my things, are right here. They're level 5. But they go down as easily as everything before us. That said, I can definitely misjudge. And bam. One more down. And there we go. With all those done, our tasks here are completed. I will see you all back in Lenoska. Cause I actually, while we're here, one sec. Where's the map? Where's the map? There it is. No, it's not here. I have to run all the way back. I will see you all there. Took me a good minute, but I found my way back. So, the regime that is taken care of. Welcome back, Lusaminia. It appears your coordination with Carbuncle is progressing at a satisfactory pace. Shall we test our growing acumen with a more practical examination? Our work at Melvin's Gate requires us to inspect the record and record the contents of incoming cargo. To simulate such a task, I have had several aids transported to the cliffs south of the Zephyr Gate. I wish you to examine those crates and return the inspected crates here to me. You would be surprised at the depth to which some merchants will sing to deter our custom agents from performing thorough investigations. False bottoms, rotting foodstuffs, freshy and vilekin. I suggest you be prepared for any eventuality. Well, hopefully it's not vilekin, but again, who knows? People can be pretty dang weird. Anyway, we actually need to head to a different gate this time. It's the one past Bulwark Hall. Alright, so the area in question is right down there. Doesn't exactly seem that bad. I mean, yeah, it has an evil aura around it, but you can't judge things on first glance. I'm sure everything about it is fine. Everything at all. What? You thought I wasn't joking for a second? So, this is the first enemy we have that has a has the ability to do a more harder hitting attack. That will be indicated by it having an area around it when set as a charged upset attack. Some classes can strike while those happen. We, however, are mages. We attack from a distance, we squishy. We need to stop our charge and move out of the way before we get killed. So, with that, no! I didn't want to... Okay, fine, Warfrat, you wanted to die that bad? Right, I can just do that. Anyways, we can check these practice crates now. I am not a threat. Pray ignore my presence for the present and allow me a moment to cognitate. The reaction to my sudden appearance was within expected parameters, but I must admit I did not expect so proficient a performance against the enemy set against you. Yet, effective though your tactics were, I spied much room for improvement. As I watched you battle, the wheels of my mind whirled into motion, as they are wont to do, inventing those other possible strategies you might have employed. Let's see. Taking into account your current level of ability, factoring in the etheric constant, multiplied by the number of opponents, then applying your tactics to other potential combat scenarios. Oh dear. My calculations indicate failure upon encountering threat at level 9,785. Well, we'll have to see what we can do about that. Though the opportunity window to do so has passed, I would nevertheless introduce myself. I am Lahia, a Malvin's Gate assessor. Acting Guildmaster through regime, elected me to oversee your training and provide any necessary guidance and instruction in the field of Arcanima. From what I have observed thus far, you have an admirable grasp of the fundamentals. I do, however, wish to confirm one small detail regarding your choice of arcane geometries. What factors most influences your actions during battle? Desire to outwit opponent, desire to outwit an enemy. Aha! Just as I predicted. And now I have the final element needed to perform another calculation. The probability of you becoming an Arcanist of note is 90%? Give or take half a percent. Yes, the certainty is quite high. After all, I only know of one other practitioner who responded to my question in the same manner. It was the man who bestowed upon me this grimoire, the Guildmaster himself. With our inscrutable leader is, as I'm sure you've heard, on an indefinite leave of absence, he did leave us with his most notorious saying to date. Strategy is a tool used to manipulate one situation into the desired reality. No matter how gifted you and I might be, however, the instantaneous manipulation of reality that might cause us to suddenly become mighty arcanists is beyond our present abilities. Discipline and experience is the finest strategy in this case. I suggest you continue to focus on refining your aptitude with Carbuncle. Mastery with an arcane entity will greatly improve your success as a wielder of Arcanum. Here ends your lesson for today. Pray return directly to the guild. I believe Mistress Dubergine is awaiting some expected cargo. And what of myself? I'm off to the fields, of course. The tactics I reasoned out earlier must be attempted in real-life scenarios. Theory is all well and good, but there is no substitute for actual combat. We will meet again. Soon. Quite a character, ain't she? Even though Arcanist isn't one of my main class, this is one of my personal favorite little storylines that the game has, and I'm excited to show it all to you. Also, it seems we have Lost Lamb here, John. So I'll go ahead and take care of that real quickly. I did not participate in that fate at all, but I'll but I'll say I took part. See here. There you are. And that, yep, that does it. Hunting log complete. Now we just head back to where we had come from, and I'll see you all at the Arcanist Guild. And we are back. Well, we did it, Dubergine. Lusaminia, have you returned with the cargo? Indeed we have. Yes, everything seems to be in order. Relatively clear of blood and other gore. That can be something of a problem in our profession, you understand. I also had word from Kalihia regarding your performance. She seemed eager to continue your training. An odd lass, I'll admit, but the guild can boast no finer mind for tactics. You would do well to heed the instructions she offers, particularly that which touches on the diligent approach of our art. Did you perhaps notice the battered tone Kalihia carries? That initiate's grimoire has heard her from the day she entered the guild. She has her reasons, but it's admittedly strange to see it kept all the way to her present position as a foreseer. I fear such an intense focus on it has led her to overlook other important aspects of life. As our master strategist guides your Arcanist training, I hope you might return the favor and help to broaden her own perspectives somewhat. But enough of such matters for the moment. You have done well this day. Continue your practice with Carbuncle as Lihia has bid. I will be here when the time comes for your next lessons. Alright. And we can also grab some stuff like a hat. Let's grab a hat. And another level up.